Hey everybody, this is going to be a little bit different than my normal videos. This is a response video to Gigolo8. Posted a video a couple days ago called Hook in the Tail, Now Tell Your Own Story. And he wants people to post video responses telling stories with a hook or a twist, or maybe a little bit darker or memorable in some way. So I've got a couple stories because they're really quick, and so I'm going to tell you a couple stories, and both I think are very interesting. Maybe not. So I'm going to tell you those stories right now. My dad was in the military, and he was in Vietnam, and he was on patrol one day outside walking around, guarding the shelter that they lived in, and he went back after his rounds, after his duty, and they told him that the guy that was supposed to fill in for him wasn't going to be able to do it for whatever reason, and that he was the only one that was able to do it, so he had to go back and do it again. So he double shifted, or however they do it, and went back out there and was on patrol again for the next 12 hours, I believe. Well, while my dad was, I guess he was about 3 or 4 hours into the patrol, they started attacking the shelter and the area, and a bomb hit my dad's shelter. And the guys, and other guys in my dad's platoon were sleeping. One guy had the amputated leg. A bunch of shrapnel hit a bunch of the other guys. A couple guys went deaf. One guy's arm, I think, got blown off, and then I think one other guy might have died. I'm not sure. But the interesting part of the story is this was before I was born, and the bomb impact zone was right in the middle of my dad's cot. So had he been sleeping like he was supposed to, I wouldn't be here. I think that's interesting. Call it fate or whatever, but pretty cool little story. I like it. And now the second story is just kind of a Gigolo8 had stories about blood, kind of a little bit darker. So this is a story that I have about blood. My son Ethan, the 1.5-year-old, I guess it was about 2 months ago or a month and a half ago, we was playing around in the house, and he fell over and hit right here. He hit between his two front teeth, his gums, on the table. And it didn't really bleed. And he acted like he was okay, cried for a little bit. Well, that night it started bleeding. Well, we stopped it, and it didn't seem like a big deal. The next day it was fine. He hit it again or fell or something, and it started bleeding again. But this time the blood didn't stop. It just kept going and going and going and going. And so I had to take him to the hospital. And we took him to the hospital. I guess it was about 10 o'clock that night. And we took him to the hospital. And we go in there, and the nurse puts pressure on it. He lets her put pressure on it because, I guess because he was scared or whatever. So she puts pressure on it. The bleeding stops. She says, keep pressure on it. About 10 minutes later, the clot broke open, so it starts bleeding again. Well, it starts bleeding, and there's blood just pouring out his mouth. So I go tell the nurse, I say, another nurse, this was a different nurse, I say, my son, his gums is just bleeding and just won't stop, and we can't stop it, and he won't let us put pressure on it because he's squirming and freaking out. So they come in there, and they look at it, and they're like, yeah, just keep pressure on it. And I said, yeah, we're trying to keep pressure on it, but he won't let us. Okay, well, we'll try to find the doctor. So about 3 hours later, the doctor finally comes into the room to look at his wound on his mouth. He looks at it, and he's like, yeah, we probably need to put a stitch on that. Yeah, you think? Maybe the blood all over the room gave you a hint about that? So he leaves. It takes him another hour or so to get back. So by this time now, I mean, it's just everywhere, and we're getting freaked out. We already went and told the nurses several times that, something's wrong. So the doctor finally comes back. They have to strap him down. It was horrible. They strap him down. So they, put the stitch in. And there is blood everywhere. I mean, it looks like there has been a car accident in there. And the nurse is like, oh, there's a lot of blood in here. So the doctor stitches it up, takes my son out, and we're holding him. The doctor looks around the room. He's like, guess we should have came in here sooner. I was mad. Oh, there he is. But he's okay, as you can see. He's all right. There he comes. Come here. Show me all right. Show me all right. See, he's alright. And he's got Fritos. And Fritos over there. So anyway, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the stories. And thank you, Gigolo8, for posting a very interesting topic. I have a couple more stories, but those are the ones that were fresh in my mind that I was thinking about. And to all my subscribers, I'd love you guys to do the same. Go post your own dark or twisted, chilling story or humorous. Post one. I'd love to see it too. So, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you later.